Mark Megan's Weekly Roast. Proudly supported by Cialis for Men. Struggling with erectile dysfunction? It's nothing to be ashamed of. Cialis for Men 10mg film-coated tablets, which contains tadalafil, is now available without prescription. Just a quick, discreet chat with your pharmacist, in person or online, can help. Find it at pharmacies nationwide or visit www.cialisformen.ie for more details. To be taken at least 30 minutes prior to anticipated sexual activity. Always read the label.
Welcome back to the Weekly Roast. How's it going, guys? How the hell are you? How are your hearts? And of course, how are your heads? Guys, Mark Megan's Weekly Roast is proudly brought to you by Cialis for Men, helping you get and keep an erection whenever you need it. I am so happy to be working with a brand that will help men, and not just with their erections, but in realising that there is nothing to be embarrassed about. Nearly 3 in 10 males have experienced ED, but only 1 in 4 are comfortable discussing it. Let's change that. Cialis for Men is now available without prescription from pharmacies nationwide. All it takes is a quick chat with your pharmacist and you're off to the races. To be taken at least 30 minutes prior to anticipated sexual activity, contains tadalafil. Always read the label. Michael, are you able for another feckin' fable about old men laying girls upon the table?
Oh.
Yes.
Nice.
Mourning his fake wife, Mabel. Ladies and gentlemen, you are very welcome back to the Weekly Roast. But first and foremost, thank you so much for everybody in Cork, or to everybody in Cork and Limerick who bought tickets on Friday. We sold out in a day, which is just honestly unbelievable. And I hope you know that without waxing lyrical for too long and getting all earnest and misty-eyed, I do want to say thank you so much, because that support is phenomenal. And it is, like, these shows aren't selling out because, like, there are no reviews. Do you know what I mean? There's the Weekly Roast never gets mentioned in the media. They never write about it in the papers. Like the Olympia Theatre sold out, not a single review, not a mention of it. Do you know what I mean? So the fact that these shows are selling out is purely because of word of mouth and you guys helping spread the word of the podcast and stuff. So honestly, thank you so much. Like, it's all down to you and I really appreciate it.
Absolute legends.
I'm in the process of trying to arrange another city because I know we have to try. There's 2 places that I want to get to on this tour, and I am honestly doing my damnedest to get there. So bear with me, but fingers crossed I'll be able to announce another city or 2 in the next week or 2. However, we have more pressing issues to deal with today.
Okay.
As regular listeners will know, whenever we do this podcast, every now and then a situation or a story presents itself and lands on my desk or lap, to use my words carefully, that requires a sort of keener eye and more of a thorough investigation.
Yes.
So today was due to be the roast of loon neighbours, and don't get me wrong, there are a smorgasbord of insane freaks living across the country of Ireland, and we will be dissecting all of their insanity very, very soon. But first, I'm just going to have to bring this to the room and to the world, and we're going to have to address this, okay?
Okay.
So I'm just going to read the message to you that I got first to make sure that everybody is up to speed.
Okay.
Okay? Now, and I'm going to read it as it was written.
Okay.
Now, don't share my name, but I have one for you, Mark. You will defo think I am the loon, I think. Crying emoji. So I bought my own home in 2020, which I am very proud of as a single teacher. Moved in just before COVID. One day I was enjoying the sun in the front garden and got chatting to an older man in his 70s from a few doors down. He seemed nice and had only lost his wife the year before. I invited him in for a few garden drinks. Don't ask me how, Mark, but we ended up riding that afternoon. Monkey emoji. As in the hiding the...
Yeah.
Few days later, I met my now next door neighbour and she says, I saw you talking to XX the other day. Don't buy any of his phones. They're all stolen.
Oh, no.
Turns out I took in the local criminal who was as known in the area. Never had a wife.
Oh, my God.
Good stuff. Good stuff. We all responded to the pandemic in our own sort of unique ways.
Absolutely, yeah.
Some people baked banana bread, others gave pensioners head.
Very good.
Do you know what I mean?
Very good.
I drank myself into oblivion. Like, you know, there's lots of different ways we coped with the country shutting down. It's just so insane.
Every part of it, Mark, is insane.
So just before we proceed, I wrote back saying, what age are you? Because that was the most pressing question and pertinent one that we needed to know the answer to was, what age is she? Because also, if he's 70 and she's 63, who cares?
Go for it, yeah.
And by the way, who cares regardless on a macro level, but...
It added a lot more context to, yes.
Indeed. So I said, what age are you? And she says, I'm 31. It had been a while, though.
Oh, God.
How long would a while have to last before I start contemplating shagging the local fucking phone salesman
With a 3210.
who leans over the hedge offering me his broken wares? It's completely ludicrous.
Also, we have to talk about the monkey emoji. Because people share these wild things and think by using a monkey emoji it makes it okay.
Yeah, like grown men commenting under like a 23-year-old's Instagram going, wouldn't mind being the seat of that bike. Oh, and then the monkey emoji. Declan, you're married with 3 kids. This is preposterous. You're a philandering bastard. Do you know what I mean? You're a scumbag. And a pervert and a deviant. Also, the seat of the bike. She's standing on a beach. Okay, first things first, right? Before we even get into the listeners' questions, and then before, like, I have to go on a Zoom with this person. What is this as a job?
I love how you saw yourself maybe as a Theroux or Parkinson's down the line.
I could be the next Stacey Dooley. Brilliant. In 12 calendar months, I'll have interviewed 2 people about sex with pensioners. This is the second bit of old man intercourse I've had to sink my teeth into in the last calendar year. It is absolutely ludicrous. However, before we get to the listeners' questions and before we get to the subject, I just want to wrap my head around this. Okay. First and foremost, she buys a house at 25.
Well done.
Wildly impressive.
Yes.
Wildly impressive. Anyway, I just want to get it. Now, Mark, don't share my name, but I have one for you, Mark. The double naming of Mark. You will defo think I'm the loon. Yeah, obviously. Of course. So, I bought my home in 2020, which I'm very proud of as a single teacher. Fair play.
Some accomplishment. That's class.
And if she's 31 now, that means she's like 25 then. That's an insane amount of saving.
Yeah, no, well done.
So, she gets herself her own house in 2020. Unbelievable. The weather is good. And in 2020, the weather was good. It was
incredible.
Do you remember like April? I was swimming in April of that year.
Outrageous. It was so nice.
So, the weather's good. She goes, do you know what? I'm going to head out to the front garden. Unusual choice. Mm-hmm. I would have been I would have thought people famously hang out in their back gardens.
Yeah, likewise.
I would have thought the rear of the premises is where people like to sort of socialise and take in the sun. Nevertheless, it's her property. She can do what she likes on it, who she likes in it. It's totally and utterly up to her. She goes out to the front garden. She lays down. She's reading a book, a Maeve Binchy or something. Okay? And then all of a sudden, a la Home Improvement, these eyes just appear over the hedge. How are you, missus? Sorry? And your immediate reaction to that isn't, who the fuck is that staring over my hedge? Get away from me. It's, hello? Yes, who's that? How are you, missus? I've got a few. Any phones? Sorry? Are you looking for a phone? Am I looking for a phone? No, I'm lying in my front garden taking... Of course I'm not looking for a phone. How's it going, though? Do you know what I mean? How did the conversation go from...
The icebreaker.
Yeah, like, am I looking for... Did I lose a phone? No. Why? I've just got this Tesco bag for life filled with phones. Would you like to purchase one? Absolutely not, old man.
Leave me alone.
On your bike.
Yeah.
And then... But actually, not on your bike. Would you like to come in here for an Aperol?
This guy's got moxie.
You know, you've got poxy, kid. Come on in. So he comes around and goes, what's your name? Eddie. Eddie, good to meet you. I'm... And then her name.
Yeah.
Let's call her Breed for the sake of this.
Yeah.
My name's Breed. Good to meet you. Excuse my semi-state of undress, by the way. I'm just enjoying this warm weather in my front garden.
Sunbathing beside my car.
I was sunbathing there. Just beside the Ring doorbell. It keeps going off every time I turn. Dang, dang, dang. Do you know what I mean? I've just given the Amazon driver an eyeful. Nevertheless, so you come in, you sit down, make yourself comfortable. Anywhere on the gravel. Anywhere will do. Just beside the green bin. If you sit between the green bin and the black bin.
Sun trap.
Yeah, that's where you get that lovely, it's like being on the med. It's not been like on the med. It's like being on the M50. This is preposterous. So Eddie comes in with his bag. What have you got in the bag? Just 16 phones. Sorry? Why are you walking around? Are you the world's most successful but badly organised drug dealer? Like, why do you have 16 phones in you? Just, keep myself busy ever since my wife died, of course. Oh, may she rest in peace. May she rest in peace. How did she die? Tumours from the phones. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so then they get chatting and she quickly realises that Eddie is, he's not just a wisecracking street thief. He is a venerable gentleman who layered like an onion, and through the complexities of grief, he is taken to the streets of Waterford, selling phones just to earn a dishonest living, They get chatting, and then at what point in the chat, like this is for me, I always wonder, whenever I think about making love with a pensioner, not that I do very often, but whenever these stories present themselves with, I wonder at what point does she go from looking at him and hearing about his dead wife, who we now know is fictional, by the way, which is why we can be callous in that regard, asking him about the dead wife, does she go, I wouldn't mind kissing those lips.
I'll have a bit of that.
The sort of honey caramelised scent of the Werther's Original on his breath. No. Do you know what I mean? The sugary glucose of the Murray Mint in his throat. I just want to wrap my tongue around that tongue. How does it go from talking to kissing a pensioner?
There has to be alcohol involved.
Well, there is. Sorry, she says, as she famously says, by the way, she says, after a few wines, she goes rogue.
Oh, yes.
Going rogue. 3 intercourse sessions with a pensioner and a thief. It's like
Waterford's Del Boy.
In terms of box ticking, you might as well be the BBC. Do you know what I mean? It's just unbelievable. And he had one eye, and he had an eye. Do you know what I mean? It's just so. She's chatting to this guy, and by the way, let me say, everybody is entitled to sleep with whoever they want.
Oh, no shame in it.
Somebody wrote back to me and was like, you shouldn't be sharing this disgraceful, but I was like, no, hold on a second here. This is 2 consenting adults doing what they want.
Totally.
And she is happy enough to be sharing this. There's no judgment here other than sort of morbid curiosity into how the jigs and the reels the whole thing worked.
As a situation, it's objectively mad, but nothing to feel. The two of them rough for it. Why not?
So Eddie, how he must have riz.
Oh, totally.
So Eddie, sit down there, just anywhere there in the gravel. I'm drinking these Aperols here. What'll I get you? Prune juice and vodka? Do you want a naggin of prune juice, please? Okay. Do you know what I mean? I'll have a naggin of blue rinse. Why would he be drinking? Why would he be drinking blue rinse? It's just, have you had lunch? Yeah, 5 fisherman's friend, please. Okay. Just old people things. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? What are your hobbies? Xenophobia. So they get chatting, and then the sun gets to her. The Aperols gets to her. She's drinking in her front garden. She gets leathered. Okay, she gets leather drunk, and then she starts making out with this fucking old fella who's on his rounds, and then she says, "You fancy coming into the kitchen?" And he is, I would say, like a rat up a drain pipe.
Absolutely.
All of his Christmases, in terms of I'd say he is there is no way this could backfire.
No.
Because I'm not Seamus Cullerton.
Sorry.
Seamus Cullerton over in the US.
No.
The Irish lad over in the US. The guy with the visa.
Oh, sorry. Oh my God, that's so rude.
Yeah, no, I better go to the papers. Seamus, are you sure? Nah, I know this could never go wrong. Seamus, you do realise journalists can Google things. This will be fine. honestly, this is a foolproof plan.
Yeah.
You know you've been offered to get out of jail. Doesn't matter. Go to the papers, get the national press behind us. Are you sure the politicians won't Google things first? No, they won't. Obviously not it won't. The politicians won't Google things. They'll just get behind the populist shit and start tweeting looking for likes.
This is why the media won't touch us, Mark.
Oh, yeah.
Why aren't we getting it?
I wonder why the journos won't write about me. Nevertheless, no, but come on, Seamus Gullison. It's the equivalent of somebody going on the X Factor and saying they're dedicating this to their dead nana, only for the camera crew to then pan out and see her in the car park doing press-ups training for a high rocks. Seamus, you've had a complete and utter howler. It is a disaster. Don't worry about the fellas back in Ireland, to be grand. Be grand. Anyway, nevertheless.
Come back to me.
Where were we? So then she brings him into the kitchen and they have sex.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to comment on the mechanics of the intercourse because our listeners have a lot of questions there. But I suppose what interests me then is then they part ways. Her phone is still working at this point. He leaves, go off on his rounds. I would say there was a spring in his step, like an industrial strength trampoline. Jump zone in Sandyford Industrial Estate can't produce a bounce that fella. I would say he ran home.
Yes.
Forrest Gump with the fucking yolks off. Do you know that scene? Yeah. Back home. No. Jenny. Okay, you're very welcome back to the Weekly Roast. Today is obviously a special episode. The title of today's episode is Neighbourhood Crotch.
Oh, I love it.
It's not bad, is it?
A few really good ones in, but that's the best.
I thought Primary Carer was also good.
Really good.
Sort of wordplay.
Yeah, no, very good.
Nevertheless, you're very welcome back to the Weekly Roast. Guys, if you're enjoying the show, you know what to do. Please share it with a friend. It's the greatest way for us to grow. And or if you are out there and you want the tour to come to your city, town or village, send me a message on Instagram at Megan Mark. Now, onwards and upwards. I think before we conduct this interview, however that's going to go, we're just going to go through some of the listeners' questions because there were a lot. People had, as one might imagine, a colourful response.
There was a lot of interest.
There was a lot of interest and intrigue and curiosity and, dare I say, a slight bit of judgment when it came to this situation. So I'm just going to read some of the questions that we've got and then we'll have to pick some of these as to what we can put to the subject, because also we can't get Breed on and be like, how big was his dick? Do you know what I mean? This is a mature podcast. We have to take this seriously.
This is a serious matter.
Okay, number one, did he steal anything from her gaff? No. Like, what do people think this is? We need to know, how did we get from wine? This comes in from Laura. We need to know, how did we get from wine to riding? Who made the move? And what was the chat prior? I think it's a very valid question.
I think it's the most interesting part of it.
Because we've all had, you know, when people just say things like, one thing led to another. Yeah, but what were the things? What were the...
Specifically.
You know, you're in the front garden of your driveway chatting to a pensioner. How does it go from that to... Do we go inside for the ride? Do you know, will we head in? It's just completely insane. There's somebody else. For Mrs. Honey, if this happened multiple times, we've got to assume that he was really good in the sack. I mean, I guess.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Okay, go on.
Because, like, when your self-esteem is low or you're not feeling your best, sometimes it's just easy to go back to something that you know is there and handy. It doesn't necessarily mean it was good.
Yeah. Dr. Richard Brogan in the house again. Great to see him.
Love.
Free therapy. Never... Okay, when she went to the second and third time, was it because she's wanted him since before, or was she just drunk again? That's a good question.
Yeah.
Like, was she returning because she was actually that motivated by lust, or was she just going rogue after a few wines? I suppose something I want to know is, like, does she have form for riding older men?
That's interesting, yeah.
Because lots of people are coming in with their own perspectives on whether, older men versus younger men, and that's a debate that is so banana subjective. It's not, someone's like, we need to settle this once and for all. We can't just line up all of the men and get them to chat. Do you know what I mean? This is like... That's something that the men would decide. Do you know what I mean? That's actually the problem, by the way. If anything, we need less of that. Yeah. But I think I would like to know, does she have form for, sleeping with older people? Because then it makes more sense that it's like, oh, this is, he sort of fell into her Venus flytrap. He's the fly in this situation.
Interesting perspective.
Rather than just like opportunistic phone salesman. Do you know what I mean? Then somebody goes, if this is in Waterford, I know the man who it is.
Ireland is scary.
Ireland is terrifyingly small.
It's awful.
And let me just break it down for you. It is in Waterford. And Brída's told us that it's in Waterford, and she's happy for us to let people know that it's in Waterford.
So obviously this, like, I know we were discussing her kind of psyche or what she's into. This chap is obviously,
Well, you see, everyone's like, oh, he must be riding everything around him. Not necessarily.
No, but he's known. Like, this isn't an isolated incident of him just getting away with something.
Well, no, but he's obviously known in the area as like local Eddie who goes around selling phones out of bags. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's obviously just what he does as a thing. Then somebody said we should ask her to compare his looks to someone famous for reference. That's a reasonable request.
Yeah.
So I will do that. Then, was he gentle in bed? I imagine a man of his age to be dutiful and more caring than most. Do you, yeah? Wandering around Waterford with the Tesco bag for life filled with contraband. And you imagine him to be more dutiful. Is that how low the bar is?
Caring lover.
Do you know what I mean? Is that how low the bar is in Dungarvan? That a OAP walking around with a plastic bag full of stolen goods is, well, he's got a good heart.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
A seasoned criminal, but
probably dutiful. It's just... And then somebody... What was his bod like?
Oh.
Big/burly or little old man?
Oh, God.
Like decrepit old Fagin, like...
The worst spectrum ever.
There's no in between, apparently. Once you're an old man, you're either a big, burly old man, do you know what I mean? Or little old man. Like Monty Burns. False teeth. Did he take the teeth out? He didn't take the teeth out for the ride. He's also, by the way, 70 isn't that old. 70 isn't like 100. Do you know what I mean? Once you hit 70, you don't instantly have fake teeth. Like
early retirement, like you're not that old.
Who made the first move? Yeah, who made the first move? It can't have been him.
No.
And you're good enough for phones, are you? I am. So you don't need any SIM cards or anything like that then, no? I got a bag of old phones out in the garden. A few old phones for you there. No, I'm grand actually. And how's your minge? Do you know what I mean? There's no way. There is no way.
No, we've got business out.
And now we've got to be, are you okay for the ride? How are you doing for the ride and doing the COVID, the pandemic, desperate stuff all together? I know those masks are a big head, but disgrace. I wouldn't be wearing a mask at all. Those vaccines make it worse. They poison your blood and everything. The sunlight's dangerous too. We go inside there, fancy an old light. Get up there. Oh, get up there. Do you know what I mean? That is my...
The eye contact there was awful.
And that is my generic impression of Irish man in 70s. So sorry, somebody just wants to confirm the riding, and then somebody goes, is he good looking or all old and crinkly, and then boxers and briefs? Yeah, I'm interested to know.
Are you?
What age do you move from boxers? You strike me as a pervert who probably wears briefs.
Stop that.
You definitely do.
No.
You definitely do.
I only wear boxer briefs. Trunks, no. Boxer briefs all day.
Okay. Yeah. Even the disparity of trunks and briefs is perverted. There's something off with you. We know there's something off with you. Okay. Anything else? And then people just talk about, right, did they make out first in the garden? Yeah, did they? Like, did they score? Do you score an old man?
Oh, yeah.
Or meet, or wear, or shift, or whatever? Would you shift first?
Surely.
And what was he doing with his hands? But you know what I mean? I'd say massive hands.
Do you reckon?
Like tennis rackets, yes. Old man's hands are huge, man. Have you never seen old man's hands? They're massive. Old man's hands and willies are always massive.
Oh, well, they are, because they get droopy then.
Okay, penis expert, the penis guru, Dr. Dick Richard Grogan.
Oh, brilliant.
Brogan. Nevertheless, okay, so do they make it out first in the inside? Like,
I'd say inside. Like, not a hope anything happened outside.
No, surely they weren't. Come on. They weren't riding in the front garden. Okay, and then did he have any geriatrics up his sleeve?
Hey,
brilliant, good stuff. That kept her going back, and that's all we have. That's all we have from listeners' questions. Its most common question is just why.
Okay.
People just want to know how this 25-year-old, by the way, perfectly attractive looking woman, if I'm allowed comment on physical appearance, which you're probably not in 2026. However, she's a perfectly presentable attractive, successful young woman. Do you know what I mean? So this is not a case of needs must. It seems to be more a case of wine. And wine,
Time and place.
Time and place.
Why not?
With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
What should I ask her? Because I don't want to take the piss either.
I know, to be fair, anytime you've interviewed someone, you've done it in a very open-minded manner.
Yeah, but sisters-in-law and Dalkey fighting over $7,000 seems a lot less. I know, it feels more tame than I rode this pensioner 3 times, like.
Yeah, but okay, don't just ask why, because then she'll feel weird. Maybe just try and understand where her head was at.
Okay, here, let's try and get this Zoom up.
Okay.
1 sec. Hiya, Breed.
Hi, Mark.
Breed?
Can you hear me there?
How's it going?
I can hear you, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm Mark.
Michael, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Hi,
And
Mick.
that's Michael, my sidekick and producer.
Looking very slim there.
And listen, before we start, I will say,
Yeah.
I know I said this on the email, but your voice will be completely changed, okay? And obviously we will call you Breed, so don't worry about any of that. You don't.
No one of that's all.
And as I said, I will change your voice and we'll send you this before it gets published just to make sure that you're happy, because obviously, given the work that you do and the context, we don't want, we don't want this getting published or we don't want your information being shared anywhere, basically. But look, thank you so much for doing this. Myself and Michael are very excited.
Very excited.
This night didn't think this would be how I'd be spending my first day of midterm, but look, we rolled with it.
I mean, this, as you can imagine, is probably not my strong suit in terms of interviewing people about riding the elderly. But could I just ask how? I mean, the most common question that we got from people was like, how did this go from the Eddie, shall we say, coming into your front garden? I mean, firstly, how did you even invite him in for a few drinks? Like, that feels like really friendly. And then secondly, how do you go from having a few drinks with somebody to, I guess, riding them senseless?
I don't like sure look where do I start? I suppose I don't see this a big deal really, to be honest. I think people get up in arms about age gaps, and sure that's not even the baddest part of this story. So I suppose I start at the beginning. When I bought my house during COVID, I was obviously delighted in the current climate or whatever the past couple of years, delighted to be buying my own house, thrilled to have done it. And beginning of COVID, remember the weather was like unreal, so sun basking down April, May, and I decided, sure look, I'm going to go out and about. Obviously we're doing all our walks and that crack, doing within the 5k or the 2k or whatever, but I said I'd do a bit of sunbathing one of the days. So I took the cushions off the couch, brought them out the front, and people slag me about that as well, Mark, on your Instagram. I don't have a back garden. Anyone who knows where I bought, who knows that area, they know that there's no back garden. So that's why I was out the front anyway. So I brought the bits out from the couch and I lay out, and I would start with my, since I have a bikini, I couldn't roof one out, or they're the brand knickers, and happy out, didn't think much of it. I'd be kind of comfortable that way. So lying out anyway, and this little troll said over the wall, says hello, I say hello back, and you just kind of get that buzz from someone where you're like, oh sure, and we'll have a chat.
Yeah, can you help us understand what sort of a character is Eddie? Because, and actually, sorry, that's another thing. 2 people were asking, would you be able to compare him physically? I know we're not going to be able to post the photo that you've sent there, but like, could you compare him to a celebrity just to give people, the listeners, like a sense of what he looked like or looks like? And then secondly, what sort of chat was it like? Did you get the sense from early on that he was looking for the ride and to ride you senseless, or was it that I'm sorry, I'll stop saying senseless, I'm sorry, but did you think from the beginning that he was up for this, or how do you go from chatting to the riding? Senseless.
So he comes in anyway, leans up against the car in the front driveway, and we're chatting away, and I was going grand, and I poured myself a drink. I said, "Fuck it," like. So I offered him a drink, and he had one, and we were chatting away, and just a lovely fella, like a nice guy, you know, kind, funny, bit of crack. I mean, I've been on the apps the whole time around that stage of my life, and sure, you know, they can be like very just boring, like bleak and idiots, you know, and this lad is obviously mature. You weren't to laugh at that. Your listeners can laugh at that, of course, he's mature, but we chatted away anyways, and I probably had about, I don't know, half a bottle of Amperol. He had a couple of cans. He was Copperberg, this fella, which again, last made and have like a few of them in the fridge. And then we were kind of just listening to music, few tunes with similar taste in music, listen away, got up for a bit of a dance, and ended up kind of in each other's arms. And I suppose, had a moment, you know what that's like, that like moment where you like to go for it, and I did. And as we were kind of having a kiss, I realised he's obviously put some sort of a lip balm or something on a few minutes before, because he was wearing it. I could sort of taste it, feel it. So he must have known this was coming, you know what I mean? He had self-confied as well. So that was grand. And one thing is, listen, Mark, I'm going to need to explain to you how the words and the me's were. So one thing, maybe I need to explain to you, Mick. He was hitting you there. Thought one thing out to another anyways, and we went inside and upstairs. Well, it was downstairs first actually, but we moved upstairs, and we ended up sleeping together. And look, I've been with men down through years, and I mean, experienced everything really. He wasn't at adventurous positions, let's say, but definitely knew what he was at. You know, listen, at this stage I kind of knew he was a chancer anyway, so when I did kind of tell a couple of people about it, a couple of friends, they said, "Oh Jesus, you know, that's mad Eddie, he can steal the phones." By the way, not all the phones he has were faulty, I just got unlucky, but listen, I said, in for a penny, in for a pound. So a couple of months later, you know, on the red wines, you know yourself, well, you might know yourself, but when the girls get together and the red wine's out, anything can happen.
Yeah, but when you say go rogue, I mean, you're talking to two people who are very, very familiar with going rogue after a few wines. But I feel like shagging somebody who you know has made up a fake dead wife is a stretch.
I don't think really thinking was anyone's strong suit during COVID. And like, also, it had been about, 4 months since I got the ride, so I'm sure most women will know what that's like. And and I guess my ex-boyfriend, I had an ex-boyfriend in his 50s. When I was living in Dubai, I was with someone who was 47, so I wouldn't be thinking a whole lot of it, you know what I mean? That wouldn't be a major deal to me, but yeah. Okay,
so you've obviously been with older men before, that's cool that's your thing.
Aside from the shape their arses, most men are the same. Is it a fetish? No. Is it a fantasy? No. Has it happened that all my recent boyfriends have been older? Yes, but it's just coincidence.
Okay, your ex is obviously a similar age, and is he from the same area? Just because I suppose, to be brutally honest, I'm wondering, has there ever been any crossover? Do you know what I mean? Like, have they gotten into a scrap at the local Bulls match? Do you know what I mean? Or
the Bridge Club is chaos.
Yeah, if Cliff Richard's tribute band are coming to the local croquet club. Do you know what I mean? No.
Sorry, please.
Sorry.
Well, there was one time Eddie thought that my ex was blocking him in Super Value, but it turns out he was just collecting a rabbit hutch in the pet shop for his niece. Random, I know, but look, it's, of course, a bit of baggage comes with someone who has a past, and Eddie let's just say his is quite colourful, you know what I mean, and people know about it. But
So they do know each other.
Oh my God.
That is insanity. That is complete breed. Breed, you have to realise that this is mental.
You've blown the lid off the place.
This is completely mental.
sure, look, you know yourselves, like, Ireland is so small, it's not uncommon for men of like a certain age to know each other, no more than, you know the people your own age.
But sorry, I mean breed. Fuck. No.
We'll beep that.
We'll beep that. Don't worry.
Promise.
What does this next door neighbour think? The one who you spoke to and was like, "Stay away from that lad." Do you know, what does she think? Has she seen him coming and going 3 times in the last 4 years? And then lastly, is this it? Like, is that just something that happened and then you're like, are you just back to the apps now? Do you know what I mean? And also, if you were to go on a date with like somebody in around your own age and they're like, "Oh, so, have you been seeing anyone recently?" Well, you know that phone cover you have there. Funny story.
Nice.
Sort of like Christopher Walken with the watch in True Romance. This watch. My father carried this watch.
Mark Megan's Weekly Roast. Proudly supported by Cialis for Men. Struggling with erectile dysfunction? It's nothing to be ashamed of. Cialis for Men 10mg film-coated tablets, which contains tadalafil, is now available without prescription. Just a quick, discreet chat with your pharmacist, in person or online, can help. Find it at pharmacies nationwide or visit www.cialisformen.ie for more details. To be taken at least 30 minutes prior to anticipated sexual activity. Always read the label.